Hey guys, Binny here with Beauty by Binny. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I created this matte mauve and plum makeup look. I'm obsessed with matte eyeshadows and monochromatic makeup looks where the eyes, lips, and cheeks are all kept in the same color family. This look is great for spring and summer, and I love that it's very soft and feminine but super glam at the same time. I'll also be sharing some new techniques that I've learned recently and a bunch of new products as well, so please be sure to subscribe to my channel and follow at BeautyByBinny on Instagram and Facebook. Also, check out the description box below for product details, discount codes, and additional information. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. SKINDINAVIA recently sent me this primer and setting spray duo, and I'm going to first prep my skin using the oil control primer spray. Just give the bottle a good shake and then mist out the primer all over your face and neck. Now that our skin is prepped, let's move on to foundation. I'm using a different Kryolan Dermacolor shade today. This one is D5. It's slightly more orange than the D65 I normally use, but it's still a decent match. This is a cream foundation, so I first like to use my fingers to blend it all over my skin, and then I use a synthetic Real Techniques buffing brush to blend it out more evenly. Next, I'm using Kryolan Dermacolor in D64, and this is going to be my highlight color. I'm using a small synthetic brush to apply this to all the areas that I want to highlight, so under my eyes, over my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, a little over my chin, and under the hollows of my cheeks as well. Once I'm done applying the cream highlight, I like to blend it out using a damp beauty blender sponge. I used to use beauty blenders a lot a couple years back, and recently I tried using it with my cream foundations and concealers, and I fell in love with it all over again. I'm also going to apply a bit of MAC's Pro Longwear Concealer in NC30 under my eyes using the same beauty blender. I love this concealer and recently started using it again. It's great to brighten up under the eyes, and it's very moisturizing as well. To set the highlighted areas, I'm using a mix of Ben Nye's Neutral Set and banana powders. First, smooth out the concealer under the eyes, and then press on the powder using a powder puff. I like to bring it down to the sides of my nose as well, which will actually help me slim my nose out once I get to the contouring part. You guys will see that in just a bit. And if you have super oily skin, you can leave this on for 3 to 5 minutes, but if your skin is dry like mine, just brush it off right away with a large powder brush. Also, if you have oily skin or just want additional coverage, you can use a pressed powder like MAC Studio Fix to set the rest of your skin. EcoTools sent me this adorable travel brush set, and I'm going to use this angled brush to clean up around my brows. I'm using MAC Studio Fix Concealer in NW25, and I did my brows off camera, but I will link my full brow tutorial for you in the description box below, so please check it out. The first eyeshadow I'm using today is MAC's Brulee, and this is going to set the cream concealer under my brows. I really love this eyeshadow. It's perfect for every skin tone, and I like that it's a vanilla color and it's very matte. For my transition color, I'm using Soft Brown from MAC and a MAC 217 brush. This is probably my favorite eyeshadow to use as a transition color on light and medium skin tones. If you have darker skin, I suggest using MAC's Brown Script. Next, I'm using Benefit's Eye Bright as a base for the eyeshadow on my lid. I like that this has a light pink hue to it, and I'm applying this with my fingers and I'm keeping it under the crease. Guys, this gorgeous eyeshadow is called Fathom by NARS, and it's a pale pink matte eyeshadow with tiny specks of shimmer in it. I'm applying this all over the cream base using my fingers. I find that it's best to use your fingers when it comes to matte eyeshadows. It helps them stick better to the cream base. So now, without adding any more shadow, I use the same MAC 217 brush to blend out my crease again. And after that, I'm going to use a Bare Minerals loose eyeshadow called Wearable Plum Dark. This is a matte purple plum color. It's more of a natural earthy tone, and I love how pigmented this shadow is. I'm using the eyeshadow brush from my EcoTools travel brush set to apply this color onto the corners of my eyes, and then I'm bringing it up higher and higher towards the inner brow. This is a different eyeshadow technique I recently learned, and it really helps to open up the eyes and gives you the appearance of having larger lid space. I also really like the shape that it gave my eyes. Then I applied and blended out some more of the plum shadow using my MAC 217. Just keep adding more and then tapping off the excess loose shadow. It's best to build on the color using a small amount at a time. Next, take a brown or plum eye pencil like this one from Urban Decay and apply it very closely to your lash line, and then go over that line with the same plum eyeshadow that we used earlier using a small angled brush. I love this technique because it gives a very soft and romantic look to your eyeliner. It's also so much easier to apply than liquid liner. Since I'm going for a much softer makeup look, I used a light nude pencil in my waterline instead of the typical black. This is a kajal pencil by Stila called Topaz. You can use a white pencil for a similar effect as well. Now I'm going to apply shadow to my lower lash line. First, I'm using Saddle from MAC and a synthetic angled brush from Real Techniques to apply the shadow. And then I used the Bare Minerals Plum Shadow and applied it to my lower lash line using the same brush. I used two different sets of false lashes. The first pair I applied is Red Cherry 107, and then I applied Ardell Demi Wispies right on top of that. Once the glue dries, remember to apply mascara to your top and bottom lashes. So I didn't use any cream contour in this tutorial, and lately I prefer to use bronzer only. My favorite is the Guerlain Terracotta Bronzer in number 3, and this is the largest brush in the Eco Tools set. I basically use this bronzer as a contour powder and an all-over bronzer, and I do that by using it more concentrated in the areas that I want to contour and then more blended out in the areas that I want it to use as a bronzer. For my nose, I'm using this amazing Real Techniques brush. I love how it fits perfectly onto the sides of my nose, and I can make a straight line in one quick motion. To give my lips a more full and pouty effect, I also applied the bronzer under my lower lip. I like to take the bronzer on the sides of my nose into my inner brow so it looks more blended and not like two lines just sitting on the sides of my nose. I used a MAC 217 brush to do that, and also to add some more detailed contour lines. I can't say enough good things about this Real Techniques brush. It's also great for contouring your cheekbones and jawline. The blush I'm using today is NYX's Angel, and I'm using the smaller, fluffy brush from my Eco Tools kit to apply the blush onto the apples of my cheeks. Here I'm applying Becca's Champagne Pop Highlighter to the high points of my cheekbones, over my cupid's bow, down the bridge of my nose, and a tiny dot on the ball of the nose. Moving on to the lips, I first lined them using Rimmel's Coffee Bean Lip Pencil. Then I used a mauve pink liquid lipstick from Ofra Cosmetics called Laguna Beach to fill in my lips. I really love how well the eyeshadow, blush, and this lipstick look together. Normally, I would blend out the lip pencil to where it's no longer visible, but for some reason with this lip color, it looked better when the liner was slightly visible. You can also add some clear gloss if you like. I was going for a very matte look, so I didn't add any gloss. I went back and added some more of the plum shadow to my crease and did some touch-ups. I forgot to film me adding the black liquid liner over the lash line, so I apologize for that. Just make sure that you remember to cover any visible lash glue with some more shadow or black liquid liner. I also added some of the Becca Champagne Pop Highlighter on the inner corners of my eyes. So once my makeup was done, I used the SKINDINAVIA Oil Control Setting Spray. Make sure you shake the bottle really well and don't squint when misting your face. That's it guys, this is the SKINDINAVIA Oil Control Spray. I really like it. See how the skin looks nice and glowy. This is the primer again that I used in the beginning, and then this is the setting spray at the end. And next time you guys are at Ulta, Target, Walmart, or at your local drugstore, do check out the Eco Tools brushes. They are high quality, eco-conscious brushes, and they're super inexpensive. Oh, and before I forget guys, I've included a SKINDINAVIA coupon code in the description box below, and it gets you 15% off of your purchase, free shipping, and 2 free pocket-sized sprays, so do check that out. And even though I'm really happy that SKINDINAVIA and Eco Tools sent me their products, I still want you guys to know that my reviews will always be my honest opinions. If a product sucks, I'm not going to use it or recommend it to my viewers. Just had to get that out there. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial and learned some new stuff. Please like and subscribe for more videos. Love you all. Take care. Mwah.